I have to give glory to God that He has allowed me to be part of a ministry where not only are we able to help people in a pretty profound, basic way with food, but that I get to do something I really enjoy.
That is, growing fresh food and feeding those in need. A mission that Rick Bernstein and his nonprofit Christian ministry, First Fruits Farm in Baltimore County, is dedicated to.
Part of this, in addition to providing the food, is to provide a community experience where people from all different backgrounds, white, black, rich, poor, different neighborhoods, can all come together in a communal setting, right, to do something for others.
Today, a group of students and volunteers have come together to harvest 15,000 pounds of sweet corn, all by hand.
We can't do it alone. We can grow the food, but we can't harvest it, or in some cases we choose not to harvest it mechanically. We choose to bring a community together to do that.
Rick and his wife Carol began their journey as farmers in 1998 with a lot of heart, but little experience, and less than a third of an acre of land. Today,
we do over 200 acres of fresh vegetables. So we grow a variety of crops. So the 5 major ones are sweet corn, potatoes, green beans, zucchini, and cabbage. Those are all crops that everybody likes. They're easy to harvest, they're easy to transport.
First Fruits Farm produces about 2 million pounds of food each year, serving shelters, food banks, and other organizations.
What we have behind us is a wagon load of corn. There are 10 bins on here. Each of these bins holds about 700 pounds of corn or so, and they will be headed over to the Maryland Food Bank.
Rick has been a part of the Maryland Food Bank's Farm to Food Bank program since it began in 2010. Farmers can participate in a few ways. They can donate excess crops or allow food bank volunteers to glean their fields after harvest for produce not fit for sale. Or they can become a contract grower, like Rick.
So it's a bit of what I call a menu concept. They know it's on the menu. And then we go through that menu and they say, well, we need a lot of this, but not a lot of that. And that's how it works.
Each year, in addition to what he donates, the food bank pays Rick to grow specific crops that they know they will need. The money for the contract growers comes from state grants.
I think it's a win-win. It's great for local farmers, great for people in our region that really need this, and it can be done in a very cost-effective way.
We really want to make sure that we're providing as much variety of high-quality food to the people in need as we can across the state. So we really try to be pretty broad in what we contract to grow.
The freshly harvested sweet corn arrives at the Maryland Food Bank in Baltimore.
Pretty much anything you can name that we grow in Maryland, we get. From apples to corn to sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, string beans, cauliflower, kale.
The program helps the food bank support Maryland farmers while ensuring fresh local produce will be available to food-insecure communities across the state.
We're in regular contact with Rick Bernstein, who runs First Fruit Farms, and always in communication of what kind of crops is he looking to grow, what kind of things can we begin to incorporate into our menu next year, so we can always continue to try to find ways to grow and improve our menu mix.
Volunteers pack the sweet corn into boxes that will be delivered to people in need.
It's a great way to engage the farming community. It's a great way to get fresh produce in the communities in need, and it's a great way to promote nutritional dietary habits. So it's a huge part of our future.